So recently on Instagram, on my stories, I posted a little video about how for my upcoming empowerment book club, I had not finished the book I was supposed to be talking about. Like, it's my book club and I haven't even finished the book. And I mentioned about how growing up, I used to procrastinate all the time. Although I flipped this and I rarely procrastinate anymore. And then a bunch of you reached out to me to say, how did you get out of the habit of procrastinating? Because I procrastinate a lot, hate procrastinating. What did you do about this? And so just by way of background, when I was in university, I was one of those annoying people who never had her class readings done, would wait till like the day before the exam to do all of her readings. The night before a paper was due, like I'd pull an all-nighter to get the paper done. I rarely had things done in advance. But when I entered into the working world, I was like, OMG, the stress connected to procrastination just was like, I can't. And I literally flipped my behavior and I interrupted the habit I had of procrastinating. And instead, I'm now in a place where I get things done well in advance, generally, of something being due. Now, how did I make this happen? There are two things in particular that really stood out for me in this practice of moving from procrastinating into getting things done well in advance. First of all, I started to pay attention to the tremendous amount of stress I would feel in my body when I would leave things to the last minute, and also to the tremendous amount of relief and peace I would feel when I get things done in advance. And I started just paying attention to that. And it came to a place where, because I knew I would feel such great relief in getting things done well in advance and how amazing that felt, and how much better that was than the feeling of stress related to procrastination, I would anchor to that feeling and it would push me into getting things done in advance. And then secondly, I would also pay attention to all of the fear of failure, fear of not getting things done, fear of producing crappy work product related to leaving things to the last minute versus getting things done well in advance and feeling a lot more lightness and calmness and more. In other words, I consistently anchored to the how I would feel if I got things done in advance. So here are my questions for you to ask yourself going forward. When you need to get something done going forward, and you want to procrastinate, ask yourself, how would it feel for me to get this done now? How would it feel for me to get this done in advance? And is that feeling of getting it done in advance worth it for me to do it now? Because if it feels worth it, then get it done now. And if you're like, you know what? No, I'd rather watch Netflix or I'd rather do nothing at all than get this done, then do that. But the feeling of relief and calmness, my suspicion is, will outweigh the feeling of that panic that you'll feel if you leave things to the last minute. In other words, anchor to what your body tells about how you'll feel. So I hope this helps you. I'd love to hear from you when you try it out. And thanks, as always, for watching.